Now that we found the right house, it's time to make an offer. Hi, I'm Jake, a Realtor, and thanks for joining me for another step in how to purchase a home. Now, if this is your first time joining us, make sure you hit that subscribe and bell button for more great videos, not only just on buying or selling a home, but also celebrating and living in West Chicagoland area. So now that we've done our homework and done our searching, we found the right home, it's time to write an offer. Now, if you missed our previous videos, take a look at the link up there to get caught up on our playlist. What goes into writing an offer? Well, there's going to be three parts to our offer itself. One, we're going to have your pre-approval letter. We need to prove to the seller that you can afford to purchase the home. Two, we're also going to have the seller's disclosures, which is to the best of their knowledge the representation of the home's condition. And then three will actually be the offer itself. What parts are we going to be writing into the offer outside of just price? Well, obviously price is the big one, but also let's not forget about dates. With the closing date probably being one of the more important dates to look at, keep in mind that if a seller has to sell their home but is also moving into another one, this can be a point of contention as it can be a little confusing, and by having a little bit more flexibility on our closing date will give us a better chance for our offer to be accepted. Contingency date is another big one to keep in mind. Specifically, I'm talking about the contingency for our financing. The longer it takes us to actually get a full commitment from the bank, the more opportunity for things to go wrong. So during this time, if we can talk with our lender and tighten up this time frame, this will also give us a leg up. Also, let's not forget about earnest money. Our earnest money is going to be our good faith deposit that we put in escrow to represent our intentions of completing the process and purchasing the home. Now, traditionally here in Illinois, around 1% can be a pretty common number, but it does fluctuate. But by offering a larger amount, it'll show greater intentions on completing this. Now, also let's talk about contingencies. Now, I've mentioned financing already, but also don't forget we're going to have our home inspection review as well as our attorney review period. During this time, our attorney is going to take a look through the paperwork and make sure everything looks proper for you. Also, we're going to have a home inspector come through and take a look at the home. During this time, we also can negotiate if we do find any major repairs with the seller to get credit for these or have them repaired. This will be our second round of negotiations, but this will be after the fact of our actual contract date. If we know the house is going to need some repairs, there might be an opportunity for you to write an offer as is. Meaning we're simply going to take the home as is, but at the same time during this period you get a chance to take a look through the home and make sure that the home inspector confirms what we already suspect, and if there are any major repairs we can walk away at that time. Our last negotiation is going to be, of course, the price itself. But if we take the time properly to line up some of these other aspects, this can give us a stronger position when it comes down to price. Now, before we actually go through price, I'll go through the neighborhood and take a look at recent sold comparables just to make sure that we're not overpaying for the home and offer a recommendation on price of where we should look at. Now, this is a recommendation, and of course we can go from there. At the end of the day, really everybody's just looking for a fair offer. And on top of it, you can rest assured if you are financing a home that we're not going to be overpaying by the fact that we do have an appraisal from the bank just confirming the value of the home. Now that we've got our offer written up, we submit it to the seller. So our response can come in three different ways. Obviously, the seller can accept our offer. They can straight up say no, but more often than not, we're going to receive a counter offer in regards to ours. These are going to be different terms we can discuss and then reach a mutual agreement. Now, our last final step is to make sure we deliver that earnest money and not jeopardize the contract itself. So as you can see, there are lots of parts that go into writing an offer, but if you do have any questions in the meantime or just any way I can help, feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text. Now make sure you stick around for our next video because we'll be diving into due diligence. I'm Jake Tysiak with Keller Williams. Thanks for watching.